Spurs lose tonight in Miami to the Heat, 133-129, but they showed a lot of grit. They were without three starters, without their top three scorers tonight, DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl, and still were just fighting and hanging in there. This was a 2-point ball game with 8.6 seconds remaining. The Spurs had cut it to 131-129. Spurs led throughout this game at different times and just hung in there. They were very, very outmanned and outgunned tonight in Miami, and they fought hard and had no quit at all. Ofa Lin, welcome in from Singapore. Ofa, you're the first person in here tonight. Ofa Lin joins us from Singapore. Ofa Lin says, so proud of our guys. In a moment, we'll hear from Bill Schoening on his post game. We'll listen in. Here it comes.
Miami 133.
Hey, Joe Garcia.
29. We gave you the team numbers a while ago. Let's take a look at some individual numbers. First of all, for the visitors from San Antonio, 22 points for Keita Bates-Diop, and his career high and season high 30 for the Spurs earlier this season against the Lakers. He also had 11 rebounds and 3 assists. Devin Vassell with a career high 22 points this evening as he matches Bates-Diop for team high. Lonnie Walker also had 22 off the bench for the Spurs. Trey Jones with a career high 19 points, and he tied his career high with 11 assists. He had 6 rebounds. He got the start tonight and played 36 minutes. Off the bench, we mentioned Walker with 22, 14 points for Jock Landale, who was 5 of 11 from the field, and only 1 of 6, though, from three-point range. 10 points for Josh Richardson, seeing his first extended minutes. He played 14 minutes against Oklahoma City and 26 minutes tonight. Josh Primo played 16 minutes. He was 1 of 3 from the field, finished with 7 points. And Devontae Cacok played 13 minutes. He had 4 points and 6 rebounds. Joe Wieskamp played it late, came in very late in the game, played 1 minute, and missed his only shot. Zach Collins, by the way, started tonight, played 17 minutes, 5 points and 7 rebounds for Zach Collins. Doug McDermott was just 2 for 6 from the floor. He had 4 points. And as we mentioned, Bates-Diop with 22. All right, for the Miami Heat, they were led by Bam Adebayo. 36 points on 14 of 21 shooting. He got to the line 12 times. The 2 main scorers tonight got to the line a lot for Miami, as Jimmy Butler shot 15 free throws. He was 12 of 15. And Adebayo, as we just mentioned, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. 27 points for Jimmy Butler, 36 for Bam Adebayo, and 13 for Kyle Lowry. Duncan Robinson with 6. 2 for P.J. Tucker. He was just 1 for 4 from the field. They got another significant bench contribution, as they do just about every night, from Tyler Hero. 27 points on 11 of 19 shooting off the bench for Hero. Gabe Vincent had 12 points and 10 for former Spur Dwayne Dedmon. Caleb Martin played 29 minutes but did not score. It adds up to 133 for Miami and 129 for the Spurs. The ultimate performance brought to you by BMW of San Antonio. And another fine performance for Keita Bates-Diop, 9 for 10 from the field, 3 of 3 from three-point range, 22 points, 11 boards, and 3 assists in 34 minutes tonight for Keita Bates-Diop as the Spurs fall tonight, 133-129 to the Miami Heat. Spurs Radio will continue in a moment.
Brought to you.
All right, that's Bill Schoening. Taro Kotani joins us from Tokyo. Welcome in. Taro from Tokyo says loss, but I enjoyed the effort without 3 key players. Yeah, the 3 most key players, you could argue, Taro. The top 3 scorers for the Spurs, DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl. So they had a shot at pulling this thing off tonight. And going what would have been, let's see, that would have been 5-2 on the Rodeo Road Trip. They're now 4-3 on the Rodeo Road Trip. But yeah, tough performance, gritty performance, impressive performance, except 22 turnovers. And that's, yeah, you have a couple less turnovers. And late in the game, I don't know if this is the final number. Miami, with like a minute left, this may be the final number. Miami had outscored the Spurs 31-7 on turnovers. So, you lose by 4. Yeah, you don't turn it over a couple more times, and maybe you win this thing at the end. Bill Schoening coming up again here in a moment. Here's Bill.
Assist of the night brought to you by Methodist Healthcare. We mentioned the fact that the Spurs continue to pace the league in assists. They averaged 28 assists per game, 33 assists this evening, and a 133-129 loss to the Miami Heat. Whataburger, what's next? Well, the Spurs will continue and conclude the annual Rodeo Road Trip this evening as they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. That game set for the FedEx Forum on Monday night, and we will be on the air that evening at 6:30 in the 7 o'clock tip for the Spurs as they take on the Memphis Grizzlies. That game televised by Bally Sports. Bally also has the game against Sacramento. That's a home game on Thursday night, March 3rd. That's a 7:30 start. And then Friday at Charlotte, second night of a back-to-back. Actually, that game is on Friday. That's at Charlotte, 6 o'clock tip. And that is on My 35, or CW 35, we should say. And all the games are also in Spanish 107.5 KXTN. So again, coming up, Sacramento and Memphis first. That game against Memphis again at 7 o'clock tip, 6:30 airtime on Monday night from the FedEx Forum. Of course, we'll be broadcasting live from here at the iHeart Studios. The final score tonight, 133-129, a 4-point victory for Miami over San Antonio. This is Spurs Radio.
All right, Bill Schoening.
High School to form San
I
Antonio.
gotta check something with Michael Bartlett here.
Today, we're known as First Mark Credit.
Me next?
Evolving
Yes.
not only in name, but in services and support for our
And again, I got a different angle.
Hold on, Chris.
Education and to the incredible individuals who work in our schools every day for all of our children remain stronger than ever.
Okay, we're trying to see if a coach becomes available for Bill to talk to. Otherwise, I'll do this segment. Joanne Hernandez, what is up?
He's going to start, and then he's going to toss it to you. He's got to correct something.
Okay. And if a coach shows up, I don't see you, so tell me in my ear.
Will do. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Jamie, it's Memphis. Memphis is winning in Chicago tonight.
Texans help Texans.
Let me see where that score is.
More about what you can do than who you
Yeah, they
are.
beat Chicago.
My name is Jim Springfield.
116-110. John Morant had 46 points tonight. So now you got to go play them in Memphis. Hey, the way the Spurs played tonight, and especially if they get DeJounte and Keldon and Yaka back, I think the Spurs could win that game. I wouldn't call it an easy win, but I hope you're right.
Understanding and letting that feed into not just the products and services we offer, but the manner in which
James Allen, thank you.
It's culturally appropriate.
That is James Allen from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He is a regular guest on my show on Ticket 760, usually Thursday mornings at 8:05. And James has a lot of insight into all levels of football, but certainly here comes Bill.
Bam Adebayo with 36 points, lead Miami past the Spurs 133-129. Again, Whataburger, what's next? The Spurs play at Memphis on Monday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock tip, 6:30 airtime from FedEx Forum. And then Thursday night back home against Sacramento. That's a 7:30 start. It's the play Saturday at Charlotte. So Friday will be a travel day, and Saturday at Charlotte against the Hornets. That's a 6 o'clock tip on Saturday evening, on March 5th. And that game, again, on CW 35. The Bally games will be the Memphis game and Sacramento game coming up. The final score tonight, 133-129, Miami with the win over the San Antonio Spurs. Let's check in with Chris Duel at Spurs Radio Net Center.
Thank you so much, Bill. 6 other games in the NBA today and tonight. You had a day game in Detroit. The Boston Celtics beat the Pistons 113-104. Scores in progress right now, midway fourth quarter in Milwaukee, a game on ABC television. Bucks lead the Brooklyn Nets 110-103. In Denver, late third quarter, Sacramento Kings lead the Nuggets 80-77. Final scores from earlier, the Atlanta Hawks beat the Toronto Raptors 127-100. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Washington Wizards 92-86. And the Spurs' next opponent, the Monday night opponent in Memphis tonight, the Grizzlies were in Chicago, and they beat the Bulls 116-110. Ja Morant, 46 points tonight for the Memphis Grizzlies. Spurs will see him up close and personal on the final game of this rodeo road trip on Monday night. Programming note on the flagship station, Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI. Our Spurs React is coming right up. We also air live video of Spurs React on 1200 WOAI's Facebook and Twitter pages. There's a YouTube portal into the live video feed as well. After a quick wrap up from Bill Schoening, as the Spurs fell tonight in Miami, 133-129, Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
March Madness, where allegiances mean everything.
All right.
And fandom
Let's see here.
reigns supreme, where Cinderella teams dance with bracket busters and perennial powerhouses. Your fire.
Nicholas, I hope we go 5-3. Yeah, I was mentioning James Allen, just a great man and a great guest, and just because of his affiliation with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, he's got a lot of relationships with NFL players, past and present, and owners and Hall of Famers like Jerry Jones. So he's a great guy to talk to and to listen to on the radio every Thursday morning, typically at 8:05 in the morning, over on Ticket 760 and AM 1300 The Zone. So, James Allen, good to see you in here. Beth Settle. Hello, Beth Settle. Leland Bruce.
To take the next step toward your financial future.
Thank you, James Allen. James, the check is in the mail. All right, we're going to do React officially on the radio here in a moment. Yeah, Peter, Bill is amazing. He's so good, so knowledgeable, so compelling and entertaining at the same time as a play-by-play guy. I agree with that. So, you don't want to lose this game tonight. It would have been a spectacular win. Here's Bill.
Canonas handles commercial traffic along with Leah Resendez. Broadcast engineer was Sam Walters, and our statistician Walter Stoops. Next game for the Spurs at Memphis Monday night, the final game of the Rodeo Road Trip. 6:30 airtime, 7 o'clock tip. That game televised by our friends at Valley Sports Southwest. As always, for all things Spurs, follow us on Twitter, Spurs.com, or the Spurs app. Mike Bartlett was our studio producer, and our studio host was Chris Duel. The final score this evening, 133-129, Miami with the win over San Antonio. This has been a presentation of Spurs Sports and Entertainment and the National Basketball Association. All rights reserved. Good night, everybody.
Spurs
58-50, and you're done. 58-50.
The game we live for.
Okay, I'll hit it. What about you? No, you?
No.
Okay.
We're literally only going to have like 6 minutes.
Okay, 58-50. I'll hit it.
And so is your chance to experience all the thrilling Spurs basketball live.
I'm talking there, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I believe it or not, I do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll hit it. I'll be sure to hit it.
Okay. It actually works perfect. So.
Good. Okay. That's Michael Bartlett, who can't join us.
I saw Bleacher Report put out a clickbait article today. It was either today or yesterday, saying that the Cowboys should trade Amari Cooper to the Baltimore Ravens for a third-round draft pick and their corner, Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
It was like a top corner, but it's like this has no legs whatsoever. Yeah. Well, Tom Brady, you know what? I think Tom Brady's going to come back and play for the Cowboys, Chris. Yeah.
See,
a source tells me.
See, you're on. I got your voice, and now I got your photo up. You are on. Oh, here we come. Okay. So you do have a presence on React tonight.
On the home of the Spurs, Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI.
From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Chris Duel. Spurs fall tonight in Miami, 133-129. Now, when you dive deeper into this game tonight, a lot of pluses for the Spurs. If you've been listening to Bill Schoening's call throughout the night, then you already know that the Spurs started this game without not only 3 starters, but their 3 top scorers were out of the lineup. That would be all-star guard DeJounte Murray out with a knee contusion, Keldon Johnson with a sore lower back, Jakob Poeltl with a sore lower back. So without those guys to go into Miami and take on a Heat team that is, oh, by the way, 20-7 at home. And I mean, the Spurs should have, with these 3 guys out, with DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl out, this should not have been close tonight. The Miami Heat have to be really happy that they got away with a victory tonight because the Spurs fought hard. Now, the biggest glaring issue for the Spurs and what I'm sure the Spurs, Coach Greg Popovich and his staff are least happy about tonight, turnovers. The Spurs had a season high 22 turnovers, and they were outscored. Last time I checked, and this is not official, Bill reported this with about a minute to play, so this could have changed by the end of the game. 31-7, Miami outscored the Spurs, points off of turnovers. That's unofficial. I don't have the official box score in front of me. That's just from my notes, which it could be for all I know. But the point is, there was a huge disparity in points off of turnovers, and the Spurs did turn the ball over officially a season high 22 times. If you would have turned it over maybe 18 times instead of 22, which would have still been very high, or 7, Spurs could have won this game right there. I mean, obviously, many factors, many dynamics involved in an NBA game. But if you don't have a season high 22 turnovers, the way the Spurs played tonight, and Keita Bates-Diop, he was almost the hero. Keita Bates-Diop, a double-double, 22 points, 11 rebounds. He also had 3 assists. He was 3 for 3 from three-point country, including a three-point shot with 8.6 seconds remaining, which cut the game to 2 at 131-129. He also had another big three-point shot with 3 minutes to play. So you had other guys stepping up. In the absence of DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl, you had other Spurs stepping up in a big way. And I would say most notably, because you don't expect to get 22 and 11 out of Keita Bates-Diop, but you did. And he was 3 for 3 from three-point country. He was 9 of 10 from the field tonight. Phenomenal performance from Keita Bates-Diop. Trey Jones, with the opportunity to be in the starting lineup tonight, he made the most of his minutes. Trey Jones, 19 points in 36 minutes, 9 of 13 from the field. He was 1 of 1 from the line. He had 6 rebounds and 11 assists. A double-double for Trey Jones. Absolutely phenomenal. Lonnie Walker, very, very good tonight as well. 22 points off the bench, 8 of 14 from the field. Not very, I'd say outstanding tonight. 8 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point country, 3 rebounds for Lonnie Walker. So you had these guys stand up when the Spurs were shorthanded and really give them a chance to win. Those guys I mentioned, Keita Bates-Diop with 22, Devin Vassell with 22, Trey Jones with 19, Lonnie Walker with 22. My goodness gracious. Jock Landale contributed 14 off the bench. Josh Richardson, 10 off the bench. So it was a game that the Spurs could have won. And if they did, that would have been maybe the most phenomenal win of the season for the San Antonio Spurs. Unfortunately, they didn't get it. So now your record on the Rodeo Road Trip is 4-3. But I will tell you this, with an overall road record now of 13-19, and let me do a little bit of math. Coming into the Rodeo Road Trip, the Spurs were 9-16. They were 9-16 on the road beginning the Rodeo Road Trip, and they go 4-3 on the road right now. And they're guaranteed finishing the Rodeo Road Trip at least 500 when they were 9-16 on the road coming in. So the point is, this little window, they're playing very, very good basketball. You add in the win against Houston, and they are 5-3 in their last 8 games because they won their last game at the AT&T Center. So 5 out of their last 8, 4 out of their last 7 on the road, and an opportunity on Monday night against the Memphis Grizzlies to finish the Rodeo Road Trip at 5-3 with a winning record. Now, Memphis won big at Chicago tonight. Ja Morant had 43 points. So winning at Memphis will be a tall order. However, and we don't know yet what the status will be. Maybe the Spurs get DeJounte Murray, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl back on Monday night. We don't know that yet. We'll find out soon enough. Keep an eye on social media. Keep an eye on 1200 WOAI and certainly at 1200 WOAI on Twitter. Want to thank Bill Schoening for another masterful call. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Carly Simon should write a song about him because nobody does it better than Bill Schoening in his 21st year as the radio voice of the San Antonio Spurs. His engineer, usually on site with him and certainly on site tonight at the iHeart Radio Studios, was Sam Walters, veteran statistician Walter Stoops, and the man who usually joins us on React, but he's always working hard. He's always busy doing all kinds of things. Michael Bartlett, who is the Mr. Rogers of Sports Talk Radio. It's always a beautiful day in his neighborhood when the Spurs win. When they don't win, he becomes Michael the Butcher Bartlett. For those gentlemen, I'm Chris Duel. Once again, the final score, the Miami Heat defeat the San Antonio Spurs 133-129. This has been Spurs React on 1200 WOAI. All right, y'all. See you Monday.
Everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Go Spurs, go. And as always, in Pop, we trust.